to Tears by another show. So today guys, we are making a paper banger. Let's get straight to it. So first of all, you need one of the paper cards. I'm using pink and blue. And what you do, you equally line it up. Like that. It's all equally lined up, and then you reopen it. Then you do it the same way, but folded that way, and then that should be folded like that, neatly. Right, then folded in like that, and then folded in like that, then like that. And then like that. And then that folds over like that. It's a bit smaller than the other one, but I can make this hammer go out with that anyway, so it's fine. Right. That's one. And this will be two. So it's pretty much the exact same. Oh, I've got two there. And fold it, same thing again, the opposite way. And then lift it out. And then into it again. Into it again. Into that again, into that again, and fold it up again. Yeah, it should be the exact same, which it is. Then we'll come back to that later. Now what we need to do is we need to put these together, just like that, so they stay like that. Now I need the PVA glue, and PVA glue the side. So yeah. Okay guys, so we've done that. We've got number 1 and 2 on. And then we get number 4, and we trim it down a tiny bit. Number 3, sorry. And you trim it down a tiny bit. So let's check that quickly. Check that, will that go in? Nope. So a tiny bit more off. Right, tiny bit more. Right, well, that should be perfect. Yeah, that's perfect. Right, so now you've hit a bit of glue. Yeah, instead of putting it on this one, you put it inside on the one that you stuck on a minute ago, and you just slowly brush it on there, like that, and then you get your number 3, fold it in perfectly like that, and you push it up as far as you can get it. Right, and then that's your number 3 done. Right then guys, if it overlaps it, you get a bit of glue, and you just slightly do that, and then you bend that down. And that should go down. I'll come back to that later. Right now, we've got number 4. Cut about that off. I'll glue that. Then like that. Right, and then you do that one like that. And that should be perfectly like that. Right, then what you do, obviously glue that side down. But yeah, you wait for that to dry now onto the base. We'll come back to that later. Right, okay, perfect. Okay guys, so now I'm making the front and back bonnet. So what we slightly do is scissor down a bit of paper. It can be as thin and anything as you want, because you're going to stick over it and over it anyway. So that's going to be our first. Do I make it long enough? No. So sometimes if you don't make it long enough, you always save a bit of paper. So I've got another spare one over there. So yeah. Right, you want it about that long. Yeah. And you probably want to check it. You want enough for it to fold over so it stays there. So you want about that off. And we're using A4. And you can fold it over the side. So that's our first one. So I'm going to get a little pen. And I'm going to write on it number 1, just so we know which one it is. Then we build our second one. We build our second one, and we get the we cut it in the same length. So you're better off making it a bit longer. You can trim it off. So we want it out to about there. So let me cut it down to there. Right, and then you get the same length, like we said. And then we cut it around there. Always leave a little bit extra, just so you know you definitely got the right shape. And then that'll be number 2. Right. Next one. Do the exact same. Number 1. Cut a bit extra. If you look at the difference, that's number 1 here. A little bit more off. So then that should fit in a bit longer. So yeah, and this one should be about the same as number 2. Yeah. Right, then we got this one, which is already cut to shape. So about that off. Look at that. A tiny bit more. I'd say about that. Right, now that should be just perfect. Yeah, perfect. So that's your front. So I need to finish building on the numbers 3 and 4. So now if you look, you would have 1, 2, 3 and 4. And we don't need all this, is all scrap, so we're just going to go in our bin. So yeah. You're working on a base. For this one, you don't really need nothing. All you need is your glue, so I can put that down for a minute now. You need your glue and you just slightly, like that. So it's a massive lump of it. You get the lollipop stick. This is where your hands get gluey. And you just spread it round. I might need a little bit more than this as well. Yeah, I'm gonna need a bit more. I'll focus on that in a minute. Then you just make sure it's long. Okay, so if you look at that, yeah, most of the stronger bits of it are on the sides and on the back and the front. That's what we need. Right, then you put the little lollipop stick there. Right, you're better off leaving your hands like that, because either way, you're working on this bit now. Right, and then you put it on like that, so it's equal. So you want it back like that. And you just push it down, and then with the lollipop stick, this is what makes it useful. Is you push all the outside of glue onto the car. So that all the way round. Right, so then you hold it up still, because it's still not secured yet. I'll do this one from the inside because there's no glue on the outside of this one. There we are. Right, I'll just glue that down. You need that to hold up. This bit won't dry until tomorrow, guys. So yeah, but what we do while we're waiting for that to stand is now that's holding, is we have to work on these now. So the things that I made earlier. Number one, you want number one just on the front. So I'll show you guys from the back, because you can see from the back. You want it just about there on the front, and then you get your paintbrush wherever it's gone. Where did I put the paintbrush? 2 seconds, I'll be right back and get the new one. One piece of card. Where we put this now? Here it is. Right, so basically you do it so the one is facing inwards, because you don't want people seeing a one on the front. So you just get that, slightly smooth it round, so then you get a little glue on it. Right, and then you just tap that round. So your hands also get a bit sticky, guys. But then you stick it on the sides. You put glue everywhere because you don't know where it's going to go. Right, and you just fold it from the side and you stretch it in. You stretch the outside out, if you know where it's going to go. It doesn't matter if it's a tiny bit bent, because that's easy to fix. Right, I'm going to pull that out a tiny bit more. That, perfect. So now you have got your base, and you leave a little gap underneath. Don't really matter if you do or not, but yeah, and you just slightly go in a little gap with the glue, and then you just glue it, so in case it falls down, you've got that there. Right, then the gap you missed, I saved a bit of the scrap that I put in the bin earlier, just a tiny bit of it, and you just fold it in like that, and you just push that in to the gap, and you put that on like that, and then look, and you've got the front as well. Then you need your next one. Right, those steps are a bit easier. You just screw the whole thing down, So the exact same. But instead, you do something different. Instead of glue it on from the sides, you glue it on halfway from your other one, which you won't be able to do with this one because this one's a bit longer. So we've got to do the exact same thing. Okay guys, so we've done that. We've got number 1 and 2 on. And then we get number 4, and we trim it down a tiny bit. Number 3, sorry. And you trim it down a tiny bit. So, let's check that quickly. Check that, will that go in? Nope, so a tiny bit more off. Alright. Tiny bit more. Right. Well, that should be perfect. Yeah, that's perfect. Right, so now you put a bit of glue. Yeah, instead of putting it on this one, you put it inside on the one that you stuck on a minute ago. And you just slowly brush it on there. Like that. And then you get your number 3. Fold it in perfectly like that. And you push it up as far as you can get it. Right, and then that's your number 3 done. Right then guys, if it overlaps it, you get a bit of glue and you just slightly do that and then you bend that down. Then that should go down. I'll come back to that later. Right now, we've got number 4. Cut about that off. I'll glue that. Then like that. Right, and then you do that one like that. And that should be perfectly like that. Right, then what you do, obviously you glue that side down. But yeah, you wait for that to dry now onto the base. We'll come back to that later. Right, okay, perfect. Okay guys, so I'm back. I had a little break waiting for it to dry, so what I've done is I've added the roll cage on one of the door cages and one of the front roll cages, and then what I need to do is that. So I've finished the back. I'm going to show you how to do it with the front. Right, so what I need is a thing like that. So I use a bit of card, which I'll go and get now. So now guys, I'm angling it. So now we put it down here. Right, so we leave that bit because we never knew if we need scrap or not. Right, and then what I'm going to do guys, because the other one I didn't add doors, so I'm going to add 2 doors on each side. But I don't need this one in now because it's holding up perfectly. Right, so now I'll see if I've got the right shape. If not, I'm going to need to make it bigger. I need it a little bit more off, so about that. Perfect size. Now, we do try and fold it one side and hope, yeah, it's perfect. We can fold it one side. Right. If not, it's no worry at all anyway. Put some a little bit on the edge of the paper of your base because of this. You don't want it coming off the car. So yeah, make sure you get that, and then quickly do this now because that will dry. It's a quick dry glue. Unless you've got slow dry glue, then you've got no problem. A bit more. That should be perfect. Now, if you stick it that way, and then you stick it on like that neatly. And I'll push that down like that. But I don't need to be on, like I said, to the other side, there can be a little bit of a gap, it don't really matter. As long as it's actually on the car. It's a bit slippery, but it'll dry. I'll staple it as well. If I fold it in like that, I can staple it in. I'm going to stretch this out quickly, like that. Right. I stapled that side. Right. Then it's going to be stapled this side as well. Just stick it where I want it, there you go, perfectly like that. Right, and that side stapled as well. Now that should be your front bonnet done. You glue your front cage onto it, because obviously it's already been glued. And then you've got your door cage still on. Right, so now we're going to teach you how to make the cages. So first of all, we need a new straw. There you go. And then you get the scissors that you used earlier and just half it. It's about half in it. About half there. Right. And then what you do is if you've got leftover glue inside, just scrape it on, and then with the glue, just push it onto the side. If it don't stick from the leftover glue, then get new glue. I need to even it out with the other side. So about that. Now you get some more glue, fresh glue, because there's barely any glue left inside. Slowly go on the straw. Alright, and then perfectly stick it onto the back like that, and then that's how you do the cages. Now I'm going to teach you on how to make the name thing. So you don't need this full thing, but I'm going to restart it anyway, because you have to do all of this first before you put more layers of the front bonnet on. So let me quickly go and get the rest of the card. Here we go. So now what we do, we have to slightly cut. That's a bit too small, so I'm going to redo that maybe. Yeah, I have to redo that. Let's redo that. So you want about that. There you go. And you want it about that long. And it should look like that. And you get a tiny bit, well, quite a lot of it actually, like that. And you reopen it and do it the other side, fold it down. And then this one you use the lollipop stick for, so that it stays up. There's that. Put it back out, and then it should look like that. And what you do, get your glue and scrape it on nice and slowly. It makes sure it's puffy. And it makes sure it's nice and puffy, and you stick it on right this side. It don't matter what side you put it on, you can put it on any side you want. Then this is where you'll bring your pens involved. So I'm going to choose the colour blue, dark blue. Actually, because that's dark blue, so it won't work. I'm going to choose a nice little neon pink and see if it goes well. If it don't go well, then I'll change it for a different colour. That's alright, and I'll just go over it in black. That's gonna be my banger name, B2. And then 1, 1, 4. Like that. So that's one side done. And I'll do the exact same the other side. B 2 1 1 4. And it's the exact same the other side. So now we wait for that to dry. But while we wait for that to dry, we can do a bit more work on this. So now you need, I've already got the right size for it now. You know about that. Yeah, then you probably want to cut it about there, and then cut a tiny bit more off. That should perfectly fit, like that, and like that, yeah. Right, so now I just need to glue it on. There you go, and that's your front. Then what you want to do, actually before you stick it on, is you want to bend. Sorry about that guys, my phone did something weird then. Right, anyway, back to what we were doing. So you bend it about that, and you bend it the other way, so again, like I did with the main thing, to bend it both ways, otherwise it won't stay properly. And instead of using a lollipop, just put a lot of pressure down with your thumb and index, so you can. You want it a bit fluffy up, you don't want it too. Then you got that, like that. You can stick that on. Right, you want to cut that off a tiny bit. Now you folded it and it extends it out a bit more. So, like that there, that's perfect. Right, now if you look, name tag's falling down. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to do the same I did with the other car, which I'll do in a minute. Right, so now, this is from the first, what it looks like from the front, so far, and then from the side. Right, so now before I carry on, this is going to be our chair. So what you do is you fold it like that. So the same as you do with a name tag, but a bit taller on the back. This one you're going to put pressure down with a lollipop stick. Right. Then, with all the leftover glue inside, which there's not that many where the chair's going to go, is you want to slowly circle round where you're putting the chair. And then put it in like that. And then with the lollipop sticks, is where lollipop sticks come in. I haven't really used a lollipop stick like I did on the old car, because what I did was stick it in there. But where I stuck it on properly, I don't need to. So I'm going to use these as the upper roll cage. To become useful. Right, like that. And the straws come off the other side, but I'll put that back on now. Right, that's perfect. Right, that's all back on. Looking neat. So now I need to do what I did with the other car. Now what you do is get the paper plates. Right, paper plates now. So you get a paper plate, and what you do at the start is you cut down the edge. So you throw that line down, but not all the way down, only down to there. And then you cut round. So then you got this. And you only want it a little bit like that. You only want it about there. And you cut straight down. And you got this. Like that. So we're going to either use the golden side, which looks nicer, or we can use that side. But I'm going to use the golden side. I'm going to cut over the lollipop stick like that. And that's our upper roll cage. Done then. So where is the glue gone? Paintbrush and glue. Right. Glue this side. not glue it on, but this is going to go nice with the colour chrome, because that's what I'm going to colour this car into on the roof. I'm going to make it a nice little chrome roof. That's going to go well with the chrome roof. That's on. Right, then I do the exact same again. Start on a curl, just around to about there, and go on straight. You've got the exact same. The other side, I'm just snip this corner off, and that's nice and straight. So now look, if you look, you see the exact same, but then this side, the point goes out that way. It's just a little bit of a difference, but it don't make a difference. It's the exact same. It's fun. Right, I've dropped a bit of glue, but it's okay. Right, now you put that on. Right, and then with the leftover plate, this is where it comes in. This is where the useful bits come in. Now the roof ain't dented in. I'm still gonna do it just in case though, because it might dent in. Is get the centre plate, cut down. Doing a little strip. That, right. And that can just, I can staple that on near the name tag for one of the supports on there. So I'm just gonna staple that. I'm not ready. Right, I think that's stuck. Yeah, perfectly. That's all right, and I'm gonna trim that bit off. There you go. Right, so now that bit, only that side needs support, and this side don't need that supporting because it's solid. It's just that side that needs supporting, but that's perfect. Now what we do is get the pen again, and we draw on the bit that we bent earlier on the front. This is where this bit comes interesting. Is we draw your name on the front. Right, now you can decide. Now I'm just decorating it, but this is your decision. You don't need to, but this is what I did. Yeah, it don't really make a difference, but this is what I did. I'll fix this at the minute as well. I know what to do, but this is what I did. Yes, there's a leftover card because you don't really need anything. You want to use it all now. Is make a little thing. Don't matter what size you make it. Make one like that, and then you put it about there. So you glue that on. Then stick it on about there, like we said. Right, now get any colour of your choice of a pen this time, so you want a pen. So I've got two blacks or a pink. I'm going to go with a pink. Right, and you just draw. I'll put my at B2 underscore traps. Right, there you go. Put that down. B2 underscore traps. It's only meant to be lighter on there, but it's all good. Right, then we got that down. Now what we do is we get a little bit of glue, not too much because we're running out of glue by now. So just slowly get underneath the folded bit in case it's not folding down properly. You might have done it so it folds down properly, but you might not have, and you just do it so it stays down. So now, that's what it looks like from the front. And I'm going to show you how to get the seat back up as well. So the strongest stuff you'll have with you today is paper plate. So now, you get a strip of this paper plate, but in the inside again. Yeah. You get the measurements perfectly behind the seat. So it's a perfect measurement. And stick that behind the seat. So you want that bit glued there. Just to be safe again. Come on here with the staple gun. And find out whereabouts is so about there. So I need to try and bring it in. So if I do it this way, well, that should be stapled on behind the chair. I'm going to make another one next to it to give it more support. Only a small one, guys. Like that. And then fold it. Glue. So that's got nice support. Don't worry about stapling that one. Just a bit of extra support behind the chair. Right, now, you get your last paper plate. Well, how many, it doesn't matter how many you got. You're better off getting two. You just cut straight down. Cut off this bit here, so you've got a straight line. Right, so then you want to get this bit here. You don't want this one you don't want this one big, you want this one small. So what you do is you get that, and then you just slowly sort of go like that. And then this will be where your engine thing will be, like the button to button the engine switcher, the battery switcher, engine switcher, and then the green button to get your car going. So that's going to be what this is. This one you don't have to worry about as much. Well, you're ideal better off making it go to the floor, but the way I made it, it won't go to the floor. But I don't have to. I'm just saying, if you want it look professional, that's what you would do. Alright. So, there you go. So now, this is what it looks like from inside. From the front. From the front. From the side. From the back. From the side. And then, yeah, that's the banger. So now, if you really want, you don't have to, but it's probably for the best, is to get the paper plate again, your old one, and just cut tiniest bit off, and enough to fit two sides. It's about that, yeah, and you half that, like that. I think I made this one a bit too small. This side's perfect. All it does is give it extra support to hold it. So that gives it extra support, right? Where is it? Go. This time you glue the golden side And that way it holds it up better, if you see. And just before the glue goes on, you'll want to get this one in black. There you are. There you are, so then you got that. Right, let me just quickly stick this bit back on. This bit's come off. There you are, right, sorted. Right now, what we're needing to do, I can leave that side like that. So don't worry about doing the white side, white paper that side. It holds it up fine. Alright. Then, I tried doing this, but I failed last time. But if you get this, trim it a little bit. But now I have a stapler involved, I might be able to do it. So you only want about that, and you want to fold the bottom, and just put that there. And you got your steering wheel as well. And then it kept falling down, but now I've got my stapler. It might just there you go. Now that ain't going nowhere. And that whole thing's fine. Right, now what I'm gonna do, just to make it look a bit more professional, is that. Turn it down. Okay, guys, I've done one, guys. I'm doing the second one now. This is what we've done. We got 10p. And we did that and we cut. There's a little bit off at the bottom. So now, do the next one. About there. Now, you get the next one. Right, so then we've got the next one done. Right, and then the next one's done. Right, there we go. Now that's pretty much that's done. That's pretty much done. The only thing you're missing now is painting. But you can paint it however you want. What you need for painting is either paint or spray paint, and then a graffiti pen or a Posca pen. That's all you need. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little tutorial on how to make a banger. And yeah, peace out.